You need to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. Every person has different water requirements and it depends on the environment, temperature, physical activity and the body weight of the person. So you only need to drink water when you are thirsty. Overhydration, if you are a healthy person, may not possess a very high risk, but it can be very stressful for the kidney. Bats are blind. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. All bats have fully capable eyesights, but acrobats use echolocation in the night to navigate. That doesn't mean that they don't have any eyesight. Megabats, in contrast, don't echolocate and only rely on their eyesight. Most of the body heat goes out from the head. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. The amount of heat radiating from the head was found to be nearly 10 to 7%, which is actually proportional to the size of the head to the body. So the amount of heat that goes out from the head is equal to the amount of heat from the other parts of the body. Macintosh computer don't get viruses. It's a myth or a fact? It's definitely a myth. There are a bunch of viruses for Macintosh out there, but the number of those viruses are very low as compared to that of PC. It is because of the high market share of PCs. So that is why developers don't often make viruses for Apple computers, that is your Macintosh. The origin of the myth is from Apple itself. In Apple versus Mac ad, Apple implied that Macintosh don't get viruses, which is seriously wrong. You should need to update Apple, Macintosh, your Macintosh, Mac OS, whatever you call it, often, because if you don't, you are likely to get attacked by a ransomware or a virus. So please update. Don't think that Apple Mac is some magical software that can get viruses. You cannot gain weight while eating healthy. This is definitely a myth. To gain weight, you have to be in a calorie surplus, and it doesn't matter if you eat healthy or eat a bad diet. The thing is, gaining weight with healthy foods are hard because they are of high satiety. They fill you up, and you don't need much food. In contrast to the bad food like pizzas, junk food, pizza, burger, whatever, etc., or these high-fat, addicting foods, you eat them easily. You eat a lot of them easily, and you don't notice. Healthy food, you don't eat a lot because it fills you up. But you can definitely increase weight by eating healthy food, but you have to eat a high amount of it. Blue whale is the largest organism in the world. Is it a myth or a fact? It is a myth. Blue whale might be the largest animal in the world, but the largest organism is your honey mushroom in Oregon Blue Mountains. It stretches across 2.4 miles, making it the largest organism on this earth. Cookies are Chinese. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. The myth originated from the fact that most restaurants in America that are Chinese offer fortune cookies. But in reality, fortune cookies are from Japan. Most Chinese people know fortune cookies as an American product, not their own. Great Wall of China is seen from the moon. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. There was no single reported case of astronaut sighting Great Wall of China from the moon. Earth orbiting astronauts can only observe Great Wall of China with telescope or anything else. Only city lights from the dark side of the Earth are seen to be observed from the moon. Cold water boils faster than hot water. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. The myth originated from the fact that cold water absorbs heat faster than hot water, but once cold water reaches the same temperature that of hot water, the boiling point remains the same. That means that it boils at same time at that of hot water. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a fact. Dolphins sleep with one eye open because their breathing is consciously controlled. So when they closes the right eye, their left part of the brain is active and controlling the breathing, and vice versa. This allows them to stay conscious at all times and control their breathing. Petroleum is formed from dead dinosaurs. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. Petroleum is formed from dead fungi, algae, and bacteria. And today, petroleum is found in the ancient seas where previously these organisms were located. Brinjal or eggplant is a fruit. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a fact. Brinjal is actually a fruit from family Solanaceae and is specifically classified as berry because it has edible seeds. Eggs are as bad as cigarettes. It is a myth or a fact? It is a myth. People says that eggs are the cause of heart disease because of the cholesterol in them. But actually it has omega-3 which doesn't increases the heart disease but actually decreases it. So eggs are not bad and are actually healthy. DOS was developed by Microsoft. This is a myth. DOS was actually developed by Seattle Computer Products as QDOS, Quick and Dirty Operating System. It was then licensed to Microsoft that modified it to make PC DOS and MS DOS. Honey doesn't expire. Is it a myth or a fact? It is a fact. Honey don't expire because of the low pH and the structure of the sugars found in the honey. Even if it changes its color, it is completely consumable if it's pure honey. Impure honey can expire because of the crystallization that will allow organisms to grow. Supplements are good for your health. It is a myth or a fact? It is a myth. Supplements are only to be taken when there is a deficiency and still are monitored. Most people in the United States take supplements without even any prescription and without any known deficiency. Many vitamin supplements, especially fat-soluble vitamin supplements, can cause more harm than good. Raw carrots are better than cooked carrots. Is this a myth or a fact? This is a myth. Raw carrots has only 3% of the beta carotene, but when we cook the carrots, the amount increases to 40%, which makes cooked carrot far more healthier than raw carrots. There is no gravity in International Space Station. Is this a myth or a fact? It is a myth. Every object in the space is influenced by gravity, and International Space Station is no different. International Space Station keeps floating above the Earth because it is revolving in an orbit. In an orbit, the object is free falling towards Earth, but it continues to rotate around the Earth instead of falling to it.